No one really knows what Farmer Brown did that got him forsaken. Some people say that he enraged angels. Others say that he was just such a nasty, cantankerous ratbag that nothing that lived wanted to live near him. Anyway, you know how part of Kansas is a boring, flat place with some corn growing on it? That's partly Farmer Brown's fault. Oh, not Kansas being flat. That's nobody's fault. It's just built that way. But the bit of boringness is Farmer Brown's fault. Farmer Brown didn't want anybody to set foot on his homestead. He lived by himself and drank by himself and insisted on doing everything alone, even though by himself he was not an effective farmer. He did sometimes visit the town to buy and sell. Mr. Kaufman, the shopkeeper, said that if he were given the choice to encounter Farmer Brown or a rattlesnake, he would take his chances with the rattler. The story goes that one day Farmer Brown saw 3 men walking along a disused road on his land. Farmer Brown took umbrage. "You leave my land right now," he yelled. "I think that you'd better start running, 'cause ain't nobody nor nothing allowed on this land except for me." The men did not look either impressed or frightened, so Farmer Brown went and stood in front of them, pointing his rifle right at one man's belly. Farmer Brown's rifle went off with an almighty flash and a bang, sending both men reeling backward with the wind knocked out of them. Both men rose to their feet, sore and bruised, but otherwise unhurt. Farmer Brown looked like he'd been rolling in a coal bin. By some miracle, the gunpowder went everywhere while the bullets stayed in the chamber. "As you say, so shall it be, Farmer Brown," said the man. He and his companions turned around, walked back along the road the way they'd come. The very next day, every living thing on Farmer Brown's homestead upped stakes and left. Animals walked, birds flew, insects crawled. All the trees rose up from the ground and marched away. Every wooden thing, from tool handles to wooden walls, became a living tree and marched away. The herbaceous plants scarpered too. Even bacteria and fungi absconded by hitching a ride on the roots of trees. There was nothing Farmer Brown could do to stop them. The animals easily outran him. If he as so much as approached a tree, it would whomp him with a branch or kick his knees with a root. Word soon spread that everything on Farmer Brown's homestead was marching toward the Colorado border. Oh, people scoffed at first, and no blame to them, because such a thing was absurd and impossible. That attitude changed when folks saw the great multi-species march. Some fled in fear, others stood by the side of the road watching in wonder. It was like a circus come to town, only better. Behind the parade, Farmer Brown came running, waving his arms and yelling, "Stop them! Stop them!" But no one so much as tried to do that. "You set out to make an enemy of everyone and everything," the people said. "This is the price of your success, Farmer Brown." They say that Farmer Brown was a cursed man after that day. If he claimed a patch of land as his own, then no living thing would live there, no matter how often he moved or where in Kansas he went. They say that in the end, he moved to Washington, D.C., where being foul-tempered and bad at your job is acceptable. Thank you.